I've traveled to France in pursuit of both the Pyrenean and Alpine chamois. I'm hunting with French physician Dr. Vincent Lacoste, a veteran chamois hunter.
Okay, we are in Thierry-Gut, west of Pyrenean mountain. It's a small village and we will stay here for our Pyrenean chamois bow hunt.
Well, we're walking up here, left in the dark, and the sun's just breaking day, and we've got probably another 200-300 yards straight up the mountain to go. It's tough hunting, definitely tough hunting.
So we are in Pyrenean mountain between France and Spain, but we are in France. We are west of Pyrenean in Ariège department, and it's an area I bow hunt for the last 17 years.
You know, there are 10 different subspecies of chamois recognized by the Grand Slam Club Ovis, all named after mountain ranges that they inhabit. Both male and female chamois have horns, and both male and female can be taken, as long as the female isn't accompanied by young. Chamois, or chamois as they're often called, live in mountain alpine areas, and 9 of the 10 recognized chamois live in the Northern Hemisphere. Only New Zealand's Alpine chamois is found in the Southern Hemisphere, and it was transplanted from France.
There's plenty of chamois to hunt. They're difficult animals because they're small. They live on steep cliffs and in the mountains. So you've got to be on your game, locating them, going to the right places. You've got to be an accurate shooter. And it's a small trophy. Jack Frost once said he didn't like mountain goat hunting because they lived in the top of the mountains. They were tough to get to. They were always on cliffs. It was always dangerous. And when you finally got one, he just had little horns. Well, chamois are small animals just like that. They're small horns. One of the things a lot of people don't know that chamois are in the Capra family, which means they're classified as goats to the hunters. But in all actuality, they're antelope. Well, it was a fantastic morning. Vincent and I and our guides have hiked up to a small lake. The clouds have broken free, and it's pretty chilly up here, that's for sure. We're gonna have a little bit of lunch, maybe take a power nap, and then we're gonna hike on up to the top and then get on the backside and try another ambush this afternoon.
Dr. Lacoste's strategy is to set up in pinch points and allow the gamekeeper to drive the chamois around the dome top of the mountain. The plan is that the gamekeeper bumps the chamois and the chamois sift past our position. Sometimes it works and sometimes not, as there are many trails and escape routes. And which trail is used is determined on how high on the dome top the chamois bed.
There is fresh tracks everywhere, so we go to ambush. There's a small skyline and they cross from one side to the other side of the mountain. I have a good thing for today.
Well, I just got settled into a little makeshift ground blind here. Got some brush piled up here, big rock, and we're on a huge slide. There are quite a few trails that cross, leading from the bedding area up here in the trees down into the feeding down below us. There's some open fields. And these chamois may come through this saddle where I'm set up. Vincent's set up farther up the mountain. Beautiful here. It's a little bit windy. Got some clouds rolling through. It should be an exciting hunt.
The plan works. but all the chamois that come in front of me are juveniles.
Well, it was a pretty good first day, I'll tell you what. I saw 5 and had no shot opportunity, but Dr. Lacoste shot a real nice female up above me, about 300 yards.
Okay, so I was lucky enough to shoot this Pyrenean Chamois. It's a very, very old female. She is very fat. She has no baby. Didier, who is a forest officer, thinks she is 13 years old. So that's a very good trophy. I'm very, very happy. Very happy.
Well, we just got up on top this morning and there's snow. No snow down below, but up here at the top. Definitely snowed last night, but it's been slippery going. We're getting up here pretty early this morning, giving it our best shot at Pyrenean Chamois.
With the weather in the Pyrenees deteriorating, Dr. Lacoste and I decide that the icy slopes are too dangerous, and we make a plan to head west and hunt the Alpine Chamois. It's a full day's drive and through phenomenal scenery of mountain villages, wine vineyards, and winding, treacherous roads.
Well, Vincent and I are headed to the Alpine Chamois hunting area, and we're climbing up Malva 2, which is a really well-known mountain here in France for the Tour de France. Basically, it's a mountaintop that's almost like the moon, and it's a long, steep climb for the bikers. It's interesting to me because I'm a big fan of the Tour de France, and it's interesting too that we're actually going to be hunting on the back side of this mountain.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me, it's so windy, but we're out here day 1, Alpine Chamois, windy, stormy, crazy. Mountain hunting, it's windy, it can be really windy.
Bow hunting chamois isn't for the faint of heart, as there's steep climbs, jagged cliffs, and lots of physical exertion. On the Alpine Chamois hunt, we found the chamois in the forest, and dry leaves covered the ground, making stalking difficult.
For me, bow hunting is a lifestyle. It's a conscious decision to make my hunting harder than it needs to be. You know, I understand that with a rifle, I could make the shot at 200 yards and take my trophy. But as a bow hunter, 200 yards is where my stalk begins. Because bow hunting is a lifestyle, it's something that I think about every day. Bow hunting consumes me. I enjoy the challenge of drawing my bow when I'm in close on animals.
After quite a bit of glassing, we spotted 2 chamois in the trees, each bedded below us. Both chamois were bedded beside separate trees and facing downhill. From the trail above, I had no shot, so I needed to try to sneak closer to get a better angle. I stepped quietly on the bare rocks blown free of leaves to get in closer for a shot.
I think it was a great hit, but it was bedded and I didn't get a lot of penetration, so I may have hit into the shoulder. But chamois is only like this wide, so if I get that much penetration, we're gonna be good. Shot him for 20. We'll give him some time. We'll give him some time. That's pretty exciting right there.
Blood right here. Blood, good blood. Look at this. Hair. Lots of blood. Look at this blood. Soaked. Blood. There he is, right there. Yes! Let's go see him. Alpine chamois right there. Yes! Thank you, Dr. Lacoste. Well, here he is, my Alpine chamois. We had to clean up the blood a little bit. But I'll tell you what, this has been a long time coming. These animals aren't very easy to hunt, and you really got to go with a good outfitter. You got to go to the right place, and we were really, really fortunate this morning. We had a lot of wind. We got out here on the mountain early, and Dr. Lacoste was able to spot two, this one and another smaller one. We weren't thinking that we were going to see much, but we got into a part of the mountain where it wasn't so windy, and we were able to spot a couple, and I was able to slip into 20 yards and make the shot on this bedded one. You can see the horns, how they hook back. Really, really nice. Just beautiful color, beautiful facial markings. I just love bow hunting, and this is why.